In this tutorial, guys, are going to learn how to add and subtract radicals. To add and subtract radicals, you can only combine like radicals. You can only add and subtract like radicals. So when radicals are called alike, radicals are like radical expressions, like we call them alike, if both the index and the radicand. The radicand is what inside the radical symbol are identical. So for example, if I have square root of 3b and I have 4 square root of 3b also. So now the index is invisible 2, invisible 2. The radicand is 3b, the radicand is 3b. So these two are alike. When they are alike, we can add them. So we have 1 of this radical plus 4 of the same radical. So if I want to add them, the answer is going to be 5 of this radical. But if I have radical square root of 3b and cubic root of 3b, these are not alike. These are alike. Alright, guys? So now we see examples. I want to simplify square root of 98 minus, so this time it's not multiplication, it's not division, it's subtraction, minus 2 square root of 32. Now these two radicals are not alike. Yes, that's square root, but the radicand is not the same. So these are not alike. So what we are going to do, we're going to try to simplify each one of them. So let's see what's 98. Let's factor 98. That's going to be 2 times 9 divided by 2 is 4, remainder 1. 18 divided by 2 is 9. 2 is prime, 49 is not prime, but we know 49 is 7 times 7. So 49 has a square root, which is 7. So for the 98, we can spell it as square root of 7 squared times the square root of 2 minus 2 times square root of 32. So now we need to do the 32. So 32 2 times 16. 16, we know that 16 is 4 times 4, so it has a square root. So I'm going to use 4 times 4, which is 4 squared. So it's going to be 2 times square root of 2 times square root of 4 squared. So that's going to give me square root of 7 squared, divide 2 by the index, so that's going to be regular 7 times the square root of 2. Minus, this one is going to give me regular 4, so that's going to be 2 times the square root of 2 times regular 4, because you divide 2 by 2, you get 4 power 1. Now let's simplify this part, so 7 root 2 minus 2 times 4, that's 8 root 2. So we have 7 root 2 minus 8 root 2. 7 of something minus 8 of the same thing, like 7x minus 8x. So the answer is negative 1x, or negative 1 square root of 2. Alright guys, now you try to do these two problems, practice. Four square root of 8 plus 3 square root of 50. That's one problem you need to practice. The other problem is 5 root 12 plus 2 square root of 27 minus root 128. 128. So pause the video and try to solve these two problems, then come back and check them. Alright, for problem number 1, these are not alike. That's radical 8, that's radical 50. They are not alike, so we need to simplify them. So over here is going to be 4 times square root of 8. I can think about 8 as 4 times 2. So it's square root of 4 times square root of 2 plus 3 times square root of 50. Root 50, I can think about it as root 25, because 25 has square root times 2. 50 is 25 times 2. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 times this 4 is going to give you 8. 8 is square root of 2. Plus root 25, that's 5. 5 times 3 is 15, square root of 2. So now 8 root 2 and 15 square root of 2, these are like terms. I have 8 of something plus 15 of the same thing, so we can combine them, we can add them. 8 plus 15, we get how many? 23 of the same thing. So 8 of something plus 15 of the same thing is going to be 23 of that thing. The second problem, problem, that's root 12, that's root 27, that's root 128. They are not alike, so we're going to try to simplify them and see what's going to happen. So it's going to be equal to 5 square root of 12. 12 is 4 times 3, so it's going to be square root of 4 times square root of 3. Plus 2 times square root of 27. 27 is 9 times 3, so 9 has a square root, so we can split it into square root of 9 times square root of 3. 128. 128 is 2 times, divided by 2 is 6, divided by 2 is 4. 2 times 64. 64 has a square root. So we can rewrite this as a square root of 64 times square root of 2. Square root of 4, that's 2. 2 times 5, that's 10, multiplied by root 3. Plus square root of 9, that's 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times square root of 3. 6 square root of 3. Minus root 64 is 8. Square root of 64 is 8. 8 times root 2. That's 10 root 3 plus 6 root 3. These are like terms because they have the same index, same radicand. But this is not same thing. So that's not like these two terms. So these two we can combine. we have 10 of something plus 6 of the same thing, so altogether we have 16 of that thing, the root 3, minus 8 root 2. That's it for this one.